Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Game Overcast. My name is David Kaelin. I am the Game Over CEO, and thank you for joining us on another episode. It's still summertime. It's July. It is hot as hell in Texas. I literally saw the forecast this morning before coming to work, and I don't think there was a day in the entire 7-day outlook that was less than like 102 or 103. It was like 103, 105. This weekend it's 105, Saturday and Sunday, 105. And that's the thermometer reading. That's not even the feels like, the feels like temperature. Oh, yeah. So the feels like's like 110. So it's crazy. You know the movie Good Morning Vietnam? You know that? Good Morning Vietnam. Yeah. So, they had this whole thing, like Robin Williams was like the disc jockey, right? And so he did all these voices into the, on the radio show. And he was talking about, obviously the Vietnam War, and it's like real hot, over there in the jungle. And so he would have this like correspondent, and I forget what the guy's name was, something like Washington or something. But he would like, hey there, how's it going, Washington out there? Hey man, it's hot. It's so hot. It's damn hot. He's like, oh yeah, how hot is it? Hey man, it's like I saw a man walk outside, he burst into flames. Oh, okay. Well, then here's something for you and you guys out there sweating in the jungle.
That's good.
You ever seen Good? Yeah.
I like it's a good movie.
It's really good. I mean, it's obviously some of it is like, if you watch it now, there's probably some very inappropriate PC.
You can't get offended by Robin Williams.
Yeah, but he's got some jokes in there that are, I don't know. I shouldn't go into it, but
you can't go into a Robin Williams film.
Yeah.
And expect it to be like
you have to
wholesome the whole time.
Yeah, you do have to when you go into any kind of 80s movie or any old movie, anything before the past 5 or 10 years, you have to assume there's going to be some bias against,
but I think
and joking against stereotypes. Robin Williams does get a pass. Yeah. Robin Williams was a genius. He was. Totally hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, so Good Morning Vietnam is something, if you haven't watched, you should watch it. It's hilarious. You just have to set your preconceived, politically correct preconceptions aside and understand that he's going to offend some people and say some stereotypical jokes. But oh man, but that was so classic. But yeah, I just remember the voice of the guy. Hey man, he's bursting into flames. Went outside. It's so hot. It's damn hot.
How it is. Should we do that? Should I go outside and be the correspondent?
No, I'm gonna try and I'll find that like a link to that scene on YouTube or something. I'll try and put it in the notes to the show because it is funny. We should all watch Good Morning Vietnam.
Let's do it. Cancel the show.
No. But it's hot. We're here. We're going to do the show. I traveled last weekend. I'm traveling this weekend. Literally, I'm leaving tomorrow again. And I'll tell you later in the show how my trip went last weekend. And so it doesn't really bode well for this one coming up. But we'll see. We'll cross our fingers that it's okay. But yeah, so let's get going with the show. We'll jump right now into level 1 with current events and see what's going on in the world of gaming. And we're back with level 1, current events. So what's going on in the world of gaming lately? Well, we have some news to report, one of which is one of the games I used to love as a kid, River City Ransom on NES.
Yeah, buddy.
One of my favorite games. Never finished it. Never even really cared about finishing it. But I just liked playing that game because my brother and I, or my friends and I would play it just so we could just beat each other up. And we'd chase each other around through the towns with the chains and everything and just smack each other around. And because every time you'd hit somebody, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. But anytime you'd hit one of the other players, they had this weird little eye bulge, one of their eyes would get really big and they'd kind of go oof. But it was hilarious. And we would just go around chasing each other around the screen, beating each other up.
Doesn't money pop out of them?
Yeah. And I think they lose money. When you hit them, coins and stuff are falling out. And, but it was awesome. So I love that. And apparently they're making a River City Saga 3 Kingdoms game, which is coming out in July, in a couple weeks from now.
An RPG?
No, it's not an RPG. It's just this River City, side-scrolling, but it's they put those characters in the Romance of 3 Kingdoms world or something. God. So it's I don't know. It's I guess medieval Japan themed.
It's still a beat 'em up.
But it's just a beat 'em up. They just go around hitting people, but they're in ancient Japan.
Yeah, I love that.
So it looks really cool. But let's see. So it's coming to Switch, PS4, Steam. I don't even know if this is physical or just digital, but to me it just looked really cool because I love River City Ransom, the old NES game. So that's cool. Also, Sega is looking into making some more movies. So now that Sonic is bringing that money,
let's get that Toe Jam and Earl.
bringing that cheddar to Sega. Yeah, Toe Jam and Earl would be a good one.
Sick movie.
But it would just be 2 hours of them just wandering around, just do. It would be a killer soundtrack. Yeah. But no, not that one, or at least not yet. But they said that Sega's looking at turning some of the Atlas games into movies now. So I guess they have a partnership with Atlas, and so it's doing like Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, Trauma Center, Catherine, stuff like that. So more recent games,
Okay.
but
Less excited about that. But whatever.
less exciting as Sonic. But yeah, I agree. They should really scrap all that and do Toe Jam and Earl. That's a better idea.
Let's do that.
So yeah, Dan has a better idea than all the minds and money at Sega.
I do.
So
They
you should be in charge of Sega. Wasn't your friend like Sega's
Yuji Naka.
Yuji Naka? Yeah, the Sonic creator was your friend.
Yep.
You should call him up and be like, dude, all these people that want to make the Persona movie, fire them.
The thing is,
Put them on Toe Jam and Earl right now.
The problem is it's been so long that now it's like, oh, you're just calling me for a request. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta redevelop the relationship.
The friendship's fizzled out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My fault.
Got to keep those fires burning, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so more movies coming. And probably from everybody. I mean, I know, Sony also, they don't want to get left out. They did Uncharted, recently. And they're also already, let's see, they've got a list here of their stuff. So they've got Ghost of Tsushima film. They've got a Last of Us series on HBO coming. And a Twisted Metal series coming to Peacock. And so, other than the fact that I don't have Peacock, and that kind of sucks, the only thing I'm excited about there is the Twisted Metal series. Yeah, there's going to be a Twisted Metal series.
Huh.
Which seems cool,
I'm curious about it.
Like everyone's gonna have a little backstory and come in with their
Cautiously
vehicle. Like, yeah. Well, I think it'll be cool, but it's on Peacock, so that's the part that kind of sucks.
I could
but,
see like a Zack
oh well.
Snyder directed, gritty, Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anything, especially coming from a movie source or a video game source material, it can turn out good. Like the Sonic movies were good, like the Mortal Kombat movie was good, or it could be bad, like pretty much everything else. So you never know.
They're brutal.
But at least now, like, they're trying and they're having some success, so they're going to try some more, and so more and more video games will be coming to movies, and so that's cool. So now let's go on to more retro gaming news. So it's also been reported, this is kind of sad retro gaming news. We've talked about the Intellivision Amico on the show, and I like Intellivision. I've been looking forward to the Amico. I think it's cool. But man, they've just had a run of bad luck, bad news. They ran out of money. They changed their CEO. Tommy Tallarico's kind of stepped back, and he was the face and the personality of that company for the past several years, trying to push this Amico project through. And COVID happened, and that sucked, and they've just had a lot of bad news. And so now it's been reported that the actual trademark Amico that they got on the machine is now officially listed as abandoned from the U.S. Patent and Trade Office.
What?
Yeah, so they have to file something, and we do this like for Game Over and Classic Game Fest, because I have like copyrights on those and trademarks, and you have to file paperwork every few years and like renew them and show that you're using them in business and stuff. And apparently, because they've had that name trademarked for years, since I don't think I wrote down the year. I think it was like since 2017. I don't know. It's been about 4 or 5 years that they've had it trademarked. But they've been unable to show sales using that product name. So they have the name, they've promoted the name, but they haven't actually sold like anything yet. So it's listed as not, their statement of use has not been filed, and they've kept delaying it. And so now it's officially listed by the U.S. government as an abandoned trademark. So who knows now if that will ever come out, because, or if it does, if in some miracle it does come out, if somebody else comes along and, snaps up that trademark, they might have to call it something else. So that's just like another headache. So yeah, poor Intellivision. We got to help them out somehow, mentally, I guess. I don't want to. I don't know what else we can do, but they definitely need some help.
They did it to themselves.
They did it to themselves. They made a lot of bonehead, kind of moves, and So anyway, but it's sad because it sounds like they're having a lot of trouble. And in convention and event news, CGF's coming up coming up soon. Coming up news. It's coming up soon. It's so soon that like we have boxes stacked all over this room, kind of off camera, off to the two sides. We're surrounded by boxes again.
I'm drowning in boxes.
And yeah, Dan is right now under something very heavy, right behind the camera.
Very, very precariously placed.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. So we're not sure if we'll be able to do a show CGF week. We're going to do this one, obviously, and then we're going to do one next week. But then the following week, being CGF, I think we're going to be so deep in the planning and loading and prepping for CGF, we might not be able to do a show that week. So sorry, but be excited because CGF is going to be far and away the biggest one we've ever had. We had record attendance last year, and that was just coming out of COVID. And so this year, everything is full speed ahead. There's no masks, no vaccine, no extra spacing between the booths and everything. And we had to have all kinds of like precautions last year. None of that's in place. This is a normal flow event. And we're expecting record crowds, and so definitely try and attend. It's going to be an amazing event to be at for sure. So that's it on news. So let's go into more company-specific information and see what's happening at your local Game Over Video Game store. And we're back with Level 2 company info. So what's happening right now at your local Game Over Video Game store? I don't know. You tell me.
Who would know?
I can't be at all 12. I know what's happening at a few of them, but you tell me. Is your local store cool? Let us know in the comments or email me at podcast@gameovervideogames.com. But we do sales every week, and so we're definitely doing sales right now. The sale going on right now as you're watching this video is pretty cool. From Friday, July 8th through Thursday, July 14th, for a whole week, we're doing a defective hardware sale. Every one of our stores now has a bin in the back, kind of near the rear part of the store, that has all of our broken consoles. Everything that we, got in on a trade-in that was broken, or something glitched out on it, or something that we can't fix or refurbish or resell in the stores, as a working system. We just put them back there. And we have a lot of customers that like to repair stuff and mod stuff, and just buy them for parts and just practice soldering, or use it for like a STEM class to take apart an electronic device. I don't know. I mean, there's probably all kinds of stuff people use this stuff for. But we started selling it. So we sell the broken stuff in a little bin in the back of the stores. And right now, for 1 week, it's all 50% off. Ooh. So most of the broken consoles are only like $20 or $30 anyway, and they're all half price. So if you're interested in modding out a console, getting some replacement parts maybe for one that you have that's broken, or even in this case, you can buy buy 3 or 4 Xboxes and like Frankenstein them all together to make one that works, because you get like the bad disk drive or the bad power supply and put the other parts together, you can make a working system. So really fun to experiment with, or use for some kind of STEM disassembly of electronics presentation. But anyway, so that's going on this week, 50% off. So they're all dirt cheap right now. So please come clean us out of all that broken stuff. We want to get rid of that. After that, the next sale from July 15th through July 21st is our Funko Pop sale. Does anybody still collect Funko Pops? Yeah, like we don't really stock them in our stores anymore. We haven't in like a year or two, but our stores still have a few left. There's not much, so honestly the selection is going to be bad for this sale. There's not that much available, but the ones that you do find in our website or in our retail stores are all going to be 50% off. So for that week, for July 15th through July 21st, any of the Game Over stores, and also online with coupon code FUNCO50, so FUNKO 50, you get 50% off all the remaining Funko Pops. And there's some old ones out there, some classic ones, some that are definitely worth more than original retail value, nowadays available. So you just have to check all of our stores and pick them up. And they're all half price, so they're all really good deals right now, or during that time. So that's it. And then after that, the week after that, it's CGF. Like 2.5, about 2 weeks, really. 2 weeks to go till CGF. Do you believe it? Crazy. So that is July 23rd and 24th. And so you definitely want to mark that on your calendar. You want to be there for sure. Let's see. Other events going on. We do our free retro tournaments in some of our stores every month. It's the second Saturday of the month. And so this coming Saturday, like right after the show comes out, the July 9th is the next tournament. And then the one after that will be Saturday, August 13th. So those are the next two tournament days. They're going to be at these stores: the Bellevue, Washington location, the Arlington, Texas location, the South Austin location, the Selma location near San Antonio, and the Houston 1960 location, way up on the north side. So they're all doing tournaments. So that is Saturday, July 9th, and then Saturday, August 13th. So definitely check those out. They're free. They're fun. There's nothing to lose. You just play with local gamers, in your neighborhood. So it's a very low stakes, just high fun activity. So check it out. Let's see. And then we go into CGF news, and oh crap, it is coming up soon. Yeah, I had to watch it. I almost said a bad word there. But yeah, we got 2 weeks to go. So CGF is right around the corner. So you should get ready now. If you are a vendor, get your booth. If you've got a booth, you got to plan out your booth. Make sure you have the chairs, the tables, the shelves. Put prices on everything, because customers attendees get pissed off when you don't price your stuff. So put labels on your stuff.
I don't want to talk to you. I just want to know how much it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you go into a booth and it's just a bunch of crap in boxes and you have to ask somebody, how much is this? How much is this? How much is this? They're going to get really annoyed. So please price your stuff. But yeah, so it's time to prepare is now for vendors. If you're an attendee, you can buy your tickets now. Get a better price, buy them online or in a Game Over video game store. You can go to classicgamefest.com for details. We have not yet posted the schedule or the floor plan, but we should be doing that next week. So stay tuned for that. That's coming very soon. Vendors continue to be added. So now we are up to 131 different vendors. We've got 50 arcades in our arcade area. So it's more vendors than we've ever had at a CGF, more arcades than we've ever had at a CGF. I think this is actually more guests than we've ever had at a CGF, too. Daniel Pacina, original actor from Mortal Kombat. Warren Davis from Q*bert. Emma Pearl, YouTuber. Abdallah Smash, YouTuber. Tim Kitzrow, the voice of NBA Jam. Paul Niemeyer, the original artist of Mortal Kombat. Brian Kaelin, original artist of General Chaos and Rampage. Brett Weiss, author and retro gaming community leader for years and years. Jordan's Cosplay, Jeffrey Wittenhagen, Frank Wood, Ryan Berger, George G to the Next Level Grayson, David Murray, the 8-bit guy. Live music all weekend long. Arcadian, Descendants of Erdrick, Bitforce, Creative Mind Frame, 1UP, DJ Rockman, Masters of Unlocking, Zero Wolf, Gross Angel, 88-bit, and K Murdoch. So panels, music, tournaments, arcades, the biggest vendor room of retro game stuff that's ever been presented at CGF or anywhere else in Texas. It is going to be massive. We have game collectors going to be there selling their stuff. We have local resellers and indie shops being there selling their stuff. We have stores, retro game stores like Game Over and other stores like that from all over Texas and beyond. We have stores from the West Coast, from the East Coast, from Chicago. The vendors are coming from all over the United States to this event. It is going to be huge. So you really don't want to miss it. More details at classicgamefest.com. Follow us on social media there, any of the Classic Game Fest social media outlets, because we're posting daily, weekly updates of guests and tournaments and all that kind of stuff. So definitely tune in, and we hope to see you there. It's going to be amazing. It's Saturday and Sunday, July 23rd and 24th in Austin, Texas at the Palmer Event Center. It's the 15th anniversary. It's going to be our biggest yet, and so you don't want to miss out.
I forgot to tell them the biggest.
What did I miss?
I'm going to be there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hang on. Okay, I'm just getting this from the desk. Okay, this just in. Dan is going to be there.
Yep. With my camera.
With his camera. So you will see Dan walking around.
If you see me and you want to be in the...
Yeah. So Dan goes around every year to CGF, and he makes our,
amazing promos.
Ads and promos and stuff for CGF, and he films at CGF. So if you see him walking around CGF, find him and be like, hey, put me in the next commercial for CGF. Look at me shopping for games. Hey.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I always need footage of people smiling.
Yes. Yeah. We try and get as many photos of games, booths, and lots of crowds and people smiling. So if you can do those things, if you have games, if you have a smile or the ability to smile, then come see Dan at CGF. So yeah, he'll be filming our 2023 CGF trailer with some of the footage from this event.
Video and promo.
Yeah, so you get to see what's happened this year plus previous years, plus get you all hyped up for next summer. Anyway, yes. So Dan will be here too. So pretty much overshadows everything I just said.
Pretty much.
But
you could have just stopped there.
There's other people, and then there's Dan. Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, do you know? Wait. This just in. I'm getting one more update. You know who else is going to be there? Me.
What?
Yes.
No way.
So you might see me at CGF. So I'll be walking around. So if you want to see the owner and CEO of Game Over and the person that started Game Over from scratch from a bedroom in my house and the person that started CGF from a freaking, tournament in a parking lot, that's me. So I'll be walking around too. And I'll be happy to, take a photo, give you an autograph, take pictures with your kids or your family and, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So there's everybody else. Then there's Dan. Then there's
Are you going to be auctioning off the orange couch?
No, I don't think we're going to be able to get the orange couch there, but our North Austin store is trying to get rid of the orange couch that's been there forever, and it's very worn out. We're ready to retire it, and it's just looking for a good home. So if you need a couch, we have a sign on it for like $50, but make us an offer on the couch. We want it to go to a good home because a lot of really wonderful and beautiful butts have sat on that couch, including this one. I mean, not this, but my butt down here.
Will you sign it? Will you sign the couch?
I'll sign the couch. I'll sit on the couch and take a picture with you before you load it up in your car. I'll even help you load it into your car. But yeah, the orange couch is for sale now at the North Austin Game Over store. So anyway, that's enough for Game Over news, CGF news. Both are super exciting, and I'm super proud to be in charge of both of them. And it also means this time of year is really crazy for me because we're getting a Game Over booth ready and the CGF event itself ready. And so yeah, it's a stressful time for me. But anyway, so all coming together great. So let's move on now to level 3, our feature section, and we will do that now. And we're back with level 3. Our feature today is a new thing. It's a new game that we're going to play. It's called Guess That System.
Guess the thing.
Guess the thing. And so this week we're going to do games. And so I've got my good friend Dan here has selected 5 games from our online store, and I'm going to try and guess which system they're for, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be very exciting, and to make it a little harder for me to guess, I'm going to have to be blindfolded.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
okay.
a little harder.
So Dan has graciously created this cool
Robot David
blindfold for me. So we couldn't find a blindfold, so he decorated a box. So this is supposed to be me.
I mean, to be honest, I can't even tell you're wearing the box. It's
okay.
You're probably gonna have to speak up a bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, talk a little louder.
That's pretty loud.
Well, you're fine.
Okay, I could lean forward. Okay.
Can you see how many fingers am I holding up?
I cannot see anything.
Okay, good.
All
right, here's your first one. We're gonna start off easy.
Okay.
Here's your first one.
Okay. Let's see.
Should I do like a David is holding an
You could put like text on the video.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, no, this is an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Nintendo 64 cartridge.
Got it. Nailed it. Now what game is it?
It is Beetle Adventure Racing.
You got it!
Is it really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I was trying to think of something obscure.
All right, so you got that one right.
Okay, so I got that one. Give me another one.
Okay, so here's the next
Number
one.
2.
Hang on, I gotta pull it out of things. Number 2.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, this is like a
Yeah.
So this is either a Master System game or a TurboGrafx game. Like it's like the Hue card style, like credit card size. Huh.
Now, is there a way to tell the difference between those two? I don't know.
Yeah, those two are hard to tell. I want to say that the TurboGrafx ones are thicker. So I'm thinking this is a Master System game because it's a little thinner. So I'm going to go with Master System.
Sorry.
No?
No, it's the turn. I mean, I kind of want to give it to you because you got the Who card thing. And I don't
Yeah.
really know if there's a difference between those
I
two
thought the
systems.
turbo ones were thicker,
Yeah.
through this part. Like, you got the teeth at the bottom here, but I thought this part was thicker. So, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to
Yeah.
look at the other one to see.
Yeah. That's
Okay, so I'm one and one.
1-1.
1 and 1. Okay.
All right. This one's getting a little trickier.
Okay. Oh, this is easy. This is NES.
Oh, you got it. You got it right.
Oh, no,
away.
wait. Yeah, no, it's NES because of this at the bottom.
Yeah.
It goes in on both sides like that. But it's not a normal NES, not a gray cart.
Yeah.
It's this is like a Bible Adventures or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's
weird
a different color. It's probably blue or black.
one. I'll give you that. Yeah, you got it. It's blue actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're doing good.
2 and
doing
1.
good. Okay.
All right, let's go.
right. This is probably the hardest one.
Okay. Huh. Okay.
Probably.
This
the
is
hardest
like
one.
it's a Genesis game, and it feels like a EA Sports one, but it doesn't have the yellow chunk out of the top. So
I need a final answer from you. You're gonna guess.
it's like Test Drive or something on Genesis.
Okay, you got Genesis, but yeah, it is a weird shape, but it's not. It's hardball for Genesis.
Oh, Hardball.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, there were a few games from Accolade that look like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the time when they're taller and narrower like this, it's the EA ones with that little yellow
Right.
chunk in the corner.
I actually almost grabbed one of those, but that would be a little too easy.
Yeah, this one's weird. There were a few Genesis like this, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Last one.
So that is correct though, because it was Genesis.
Yeah,
right?
Genesis. You
Okay,
got
so
it.
I'm
You-
3 and 1.
You only have to guess what the console is. I'm not going to give you.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the
Just
last
there's
one.
extra credit for the
You
title.
should be able to get this one pretty easily.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. This is an Atari 5200 game.
Got it. You were too good at this. I underestimated you. You're like a mascot.
Whoa!
Yeah, bright.
Huh.
Check him out.
Does that look like me, really?
Just stick your tongue out. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's the other way.
Yeah, I didn't give you eyebrows though.
Yeah, no eyebrows.
No. We'll save that.
And I know I'm bald or balding, but like, it's not like there's zero hair. I have some fuzz up here, and I'm unshaven pretty much all over right now too. So,
Ooh, all right.
hey baby, you like unshaven men that are balding? Then I'm your man.
Ironic.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give you this one because I don't think there's any way to tell. Like you got the Who card thing.
Yeah. Well, the metal teeth also on a Master System card. They only had a few Master System card games. There weren't that many.
Right.
And I want to say the metal teeth are actually bigger than this, because this is a bunch of them, small and real close together. I think it was fewer but longer metal
Okay.
teeth on a Master System one.
Okay.
And then I want to say this part was thicker on a TurboGrafx, but maybe I'm
I
wrong
think
on
that's
that.
pretty true.
But yeah, so FIFA, and that was definitely 64. This was just feeling, just
Oh,
this
yeah.
shape.
Oh yeah.
It's totally NES because of these two indentions at the bottom and the fact that it's roughly, this size. Like no other cartridge was this big. But yeah, this is definitely weird on the top. So that's one of the unusual, like unlicensed types. And yeah, that sports game, but no yellow. And then 5200. So 4 out of 5.
Pretty good.
So I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go harder on you next time.
Yeah. So, ooh, well, all right then. So look forward to that on another feature. So maybe next time we'll do controllers or consoles or something like that. And so thank you to Dan and Stuart for special assistance on getting these from the web store. And all of these items are available right now online at GameOverVideogames.com. So buy them all, please. All right, well, let's go on now to level 4, the boss battle, and see what the boss has been dealing with this week. And we're back with level 4, the boss battle. So this week, the boss battle is Travel Woes. So last weekend I traveled by plane on 4th of July weekend, even though going into it, all I've heard in the news is flights get canceled, difficulty, lines at the airport, all this kind of stuff. And yeah, they were right. That was all true. So we got to our destination okay. But in coming back, I was supposed to come back on, let me think now. So I was supposed to come back on Sunday, and 2 flights. The first flight was delayed. I don't know why, but it caused us to, I was at the airport on time. I did my part. I showed up on time, at the airport, so I was there. But the plane to take us didn't show up, so it was late. So then when it got there, then we got to the first stop late, and the flight going from there back home to Austin, then we missed that. And so, there, of course, it was like a night flight, and so there were no other flights that night. So they booked us onto a flight the next day. And so, after waiting in line for like an hour or two in their customer service desk, and this is American Airlines, by the way, we waited in line, and they got up to the front, and we're like, yeah, our plane got in so late that we couldn't make the next flight. So what's the deal? And so they said, well, we put you on this flight the next day. And I'm like, well, that's cool. But, I have my family with me here, and it's like now we're at an airport, and you're going to just fly the next afternoon. And so I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to give us stuff like money or something, or like,
a hotel?
Yeah, like we're at the airport. We got no car. We're going to have to now figure out dinner, breakfast, probably lunch for our whole group, plus a hotel, plus transportation to and from that hotel and those meals or whatever. And I'm like, since we were here, on time and everything, like it's nothing that was our fault, for the delay. And they're like, no, they don't give you anything. So I don't know. They used to do that. I don't know. I guess they don't do that anymore. But apparently our flight was coded that it was a weather issue, and they don't do anything for weather issues. I know, but because I'm a retail person, so like I'm conscious of the fact that, and I even told this lady that I was like, I know this isn't you, it's like your company, but like, my group was here on time. Your group that provides the plane was not there on time. So, there's always somebody at fault, but clearly it wasn't my group. It was your group. So like, it's not you personally, but like, since your company messed up, and like, you could say it was the weather, which it wasn't, and they did, but it wasn't. And you could say it was like, shortage of pilots, labor issues, gas prices too high or whatever. Like, whatever the reason is, that's cool. I'm sure there is a reason. I'm sure there's a valid reason that is totally explainable why it is. But what you can't do is say that, it's on me that y'all missed your flight, because that's, to me, that's just wrong, And so of course, I could buy a hotel, rent a car, or Uber back and forth to, the airport or whatever. And, but it's the principle of like, why should I, And so ultimately, and I had to work Monday, even though on the 4th of July I was working or planning on working. And so, and then we had, some other needs to get back to. And so we ended up just renting a car, and this was in Dallas. So we rented a car and drove from Dallas to Austin. So it was like a 3.5 hour drive, at night. We left at 11. So we got home at like 2-ish. And so didn't get to make the next flight, spent the money on a rental car, and, drove into the night, and all this stuff. And it was just like, it wasn't my fault. It was their fault, and they didn't admit it was their fault. That's what really irked me about the situation. And I can tell you it wasn't weather, and I can tell you it wasn't even like they said a lot of pilots retired during COVID, because they were trying to get rid of people, during COVID. So they were like, yeah, early retirement. Everybody, let's just, don't worry about the furlough or, leaving for COVID. Just leave and just retire. Don't come back. And then sure enough, now COVID's, done or mostly over or whatever, and people want to fly again. And so there's no pilots. So again, that's a problem. That's not my, problem. That's you created that problem. So you got to fix that problem. But really frustrating, and and honestly, from the business side of me, and this is kind of cynical, but like the business side of me, and plus the fact that I know what bad weather looks like, and it was not happening in any of my points of travel. It was either bad weather somewhere way away, from where I was, that maybe started the plane off that day behind schedule, which normally they can catch up and kind of make up throughout the day. But I think what's more likely is like airlines nowadays, they want every single seat filled. And if they have a plane that's booked, not to 100% capacity, they just cancel that flight. And they force those people to then get on other flights, which will hopefully bring them up to full capacity. So that basically every time the plane flies, and they use, a tank of gas, and they use a crew to run that plane, a pilot, they only do it when the plane is freaking full. And otherwise, they just find some BS excuse to like not make that flight happen. And, we pay the price as the travelers. So that kind of sucks. And it was not fun. And, if you know me, I'm more of a morning person than a night person. So driving for 3 hours in the night was not fun for me. But wanted to get my family home, so I did. But yeah, so crazy holiday weekend for that. This weekend, traveling again. So I'm actually leaving tomorrow, and coming back this weekend, and I only gone 2 days this time, but hopefully there'll be no issues this time, because I really have a very narrow travel window this time, so I can't really afford time to be like screwing around at an airport, trying to figure out why I missed my plane or whatever. So fingers crossed. Please wish me some luck. Pray for my my safe flight and everything this weekend. But yeah, so that's pretty much the story. And so I do travel a lot. These are personal trips, but I travel a lot for work and personal stuff. And so I do travel a lot, and it sucks when this kind of stuff happens. And especially when it feels like, to me, it happens for reasons that are preventable. Weather, planes can fly in bad weather. There's no weather in the country that's that bad in July. Even if that plane was coming from Canada or, someplace, New York or someplace where it's sometimes in the winter, I get it. If a plane is coming out of New York or something in the wintertime, of course, like there's snow, over half the country, and it's hard to travel. But the worst that could have happened was rain. They can fly in the rain. There's no weather delay. It's just they just wanted to fill the plane. And so by canceling it and doing it the next day, they combined our flight with that next flight. Then they got a full flight out of the deal. So good for them. So anyway, traveling is fun. It's often a boss battle of mine, and it has been this past week, and hopefully will not be tomorrow, but we'll see. I'll let you know next week on the show how that goes. So anyway, but I was calm. I was upset. I was definitely upset, but I told the person I understand it was not them. I was just trying to, reason it out. Like, okay, let's, figure out what happened here, because it wasn't anything I did, anything that's on me, but you do want to be calm and rational with the people. And maybe if I had thrown a bigger fit, I would have gotten a free hotel or something. I don't know. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a jerk. I know what it's like to work in retail and have people yell at you. And it's like, I don't want to be that. But you shouldn't have to be an to get taken care of in a bad customer service situation at a business. And so I wasn't willing to be, and I did not get taken care of. And so for all of our, 100 viewers or whatever of this podcast, I'm not happy with American Airlines. And so for what that's worth, booked with somebody else. Anyway, so let's move on. Let's go to the bonus level. Bonus level fan feedback is my favorite part of the show.
Let's go.
And the boss battles are so depressing. It's good that these two are together, because I like having the depressing boss battle, like whatever I'm struggling with that week, which is normally just one of 5,000 things that I choose to highlight on the show. And then we go into the boss or the bonus level, and then everything lightens up, and we get to end on a good note. So let's end on a good note this week. So let's go there now with the bonus level and fan feedback. And we're back with the bonus level. So fan feedback. We got a lot of comments on the last show, so thank you all for watching, and thanks for taking that extra step after watching or listening to the show to let us know your thoughts. So anytime you watch the show or listen to the podcast on your audio streams, you can always reach out to us at podcast@gameovervideogames.com. Those emails all go to me, and I will see them, and I will either respond through email or mention it on the show, most times both. And I really appreciate the feedback. Plus, when it's posted online on social media to like YouTube or Facebook or places like that, you can just comment right there. They're built for comments, so you're supposed to do that.
Do it.
So do it. I dare you. It's peer pressure.
Double
do it. Do it. You know you want to comment. Come on, tell me what you really think. But seriously, so most of these comments are good. So, and I appreciate that even more. So let's see. We got awesome. Loved the Guy RS play. Got actually a lot of comments about Guy RS. So I think Retrobit, good job on that one, because even me fumbling through the demo, I think I sold you a couple of copies there on the last show. It looks fun. Yeah, I've had several of our stores we need some more of these. These are selling now. Thanks to you and the show.
All thanks to you, David.
All thanks to Game Overcast, where you get all of your news about retro gaming. Exclusively. So anyway, let's see. Awesome. Keep up the great work. Happy 4th of July. And I hope you guys all had a great 4th of July last weekend. And if you did travel, I'm sorry. And hopefully you didn't have an experience like me and have to freaking drive yourself, home in the middle of the night because you couldn't count on the airline to do what they're supposed to do and you pay them to do and all that. So anyway, let's see. Larry. So who I just heard from just texted me while I'm recording the show to say he has COVID. So Sorry, Larry. Sorry. So you got my germs when we did the show together, and it was just gestating inside you for a couple weeks or whatever, and then COVID came out. Sorry. That's why I don't have so many friends, because they all get sick or die or move away or something. But no, so he says hi, he says love my dudes, and you know what you've been saying, you're my dudes and I love you, my dudes, and all this kind of stuff, Larry, and I thought it was funny, but now there's another reason to love it, because have you guys been watching Stranger Things, the season 4 part 2 or whatever?
Yes.
It's not 5, it's season 4 part 2.
Season 4. But
season 4 overall. So there's a new character that's basically like a stoner dude that works in a pizza place, has long hair. It's kind of like the same character from Dazed and Confused. Yeah. It's like, hey man, hey dude, yeah, you want some pizza pie? Yeah. So this guy on there, his name's Argyle, I think, on the show, and every time he talks to people, he's like, yeah, my dude, hey, my dude. So Larry, I don't know if you saw Stranger Things and then started talking like that, or if you did it and somehow Stranger Things picked it up from you. But yeah, I couldn't help but think of you watching Stranger Things, especially in the end, where I won't spoil it for anybody what the show did, but it was really good. But he's actually he talks like this surfer dude accent, and he says, hey, my dudes, and I was like, hey, that's like Larry calling out me and Dan. That's funny. So anyway, yeah. So Larry says also sorry. What a I won't say this word, but he said that the guy that was shouting at me in the truck and was like nah last week that he's a douchebag, and I can say douchebag, right? You can say douchebag. That's bad, but that's okay.
Medical term.
It's a thing. It's a product that's for sale, right? I don't know.
Move on.
But anyway, it sucks. And so Larry's saying, yeah, that guy's a loser. So and Larry says he drives for a living, so he knows how it feels. So probably Larry has been also cut off or yelled at for no good reason, just from driving around. He says Guy RS looks kind of dope, and like I was saying a minute ago, yeah, it is kind of dope. So you should check it out. He said it looks like Gradius or Life Force, which it does. Let's see what else. What consoles will have the Atari 50 collection? So I talked last week about the Atari 50th anniversary collection. They do some kind of Atari compilation game, it seems like every year. But in the past they would do maybe 5 games or 10 games or maybe 20 or 30 games. But this is 90 games. This is a lot, and it spans all the consoles Atari's ever made, including Lynx and Jaguar, which they've really never, I don't think, ever done compilations for. So kind of a new level of cool for an Atari collection. So this is what it's coming out on, just so you know. It's coming out on, let's see, the Atari VCS, their new all digital console, so you can download it there. Also, it's coming to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, Steam, and the Epic Game Store. So you can get it on all those type of physical or digital consoles. And it has Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, Lynx, and Jaguar. And I think it has some arcade games on there and some remake games or newly imagined games, and also some interviews from classic designers on there too. So it's really a complete package of Atari stuff. So every fan should go out and get one when it comes out. It's coming in, I think it was November. Yeah, November 2022. So a few more months away. Also, Larry had one more comment for you, Dan. He says, Dan, you got to be careful because on the last show you came up here, you were getting all in my personal space up here. We were like face to face. So he says, be careful or your wife's going to get jealous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good call, Larry.
Yeah. Dan says, good call. Yeah. So he loves the content, and so he says, love you dudes. So very nice. So thank you, Larry. And sorry about COVID, but hopefully you're vaccinated, and if you're fully vaccinated, hopefully it'll be like my experience with it, which was, really sick for a couple days, just like a cold or flu kind of thing. Like you're just kind of miserable for a couple days, but then the symptoms fade away, and then after a week or two you're fine. So the main thing is getting it now is a good idea though, because you should be totally done and over it in 2 weeks for CGF. That's the main thing. So you got to thank your lucky stars for that. Neo Severa, commenter on the show, said the best part of last week's show was the Caveman Dave part. Which I think he means when I was talking about the returning the games and how the guy was like mad at me in his truck, and he if you had an issue with a Game Over store, like, hey, this thing doesn't work or whatever, like you're supposed to just take it back to this. Like we have a policy in place to help the situations like that. Like we have a process now.
And even if you're outside of the policy, usually you guys are very reasonable.
Yeah.
You're not here to
we'll occasionally make an exception to the rule. We're like, yeah, we can make an exception or whatever, but
reasonable human beings.
But to be like, game no work. Me chase you down the street in your moving box, and I shout at you through a window.
That's good.
Bring metal box back. Metal box on wheels. Bring back. I got game broken. Me mad.
That's good.
Thank you. Okay. So anyway, I'm glad you liked that. So I have impressions. I'm just not super good at them, but like my Good Morning Vietnam impression on the show, hopefully that will resonate with somebody or be recognizable to somebody. Anyway, let's see. Nathaniel, thanks for uploading. He was having a rough day, and the show helped. So that made my day hearing that comment. Because I know some people watch this show and really enjoy it. I also am very cognizant of the fact that it's a very small number of people that watch this show. We put the show up a day early last week because of my travel. I had to leave on Friday, so it's like, hey, I'll give everybody the show a day early because I've been late before, so I'll do something nice and be early. And he's saying it really helped out. Like he was not having a good day, got the show early. He's like, hey, cool, like a little gift from David.
You got it.
So
guys.
You're welcome. So, and he's the one that last week he was talking about going to Game Over. He used to live by the one in San Marcos, like he grew up there, and then that Game Over store closed. And so he's going to get to go to Game Over in San Antonio last week, or I guess he did last week. But it would have been his first trip to a Game Over in like 5 years. So you have to comment next time and let us know how your experience was at the San Antonio store.
Come to CGF.
Yeah, and come to CGF. You can hunt me down if you see me walking around. Any of you guys that want to meet me at CGF, I will be there. But because I'm like kind of running the show and I'll like MC some of the stuff in the room, and I'll be like just literally running around crazy most of that weekend. So if you can catch me, I'm happy to say hi, take a picture, or whatever. I'd love to meet you guys. But I'm not going to be really like at a booth all weekend or anything where you can like come find me for sure. You have to find me. It'll be a challenge. It's like a scavenger hunt. Go find David. But anyway, thanks for your support. I hope you had a good experience in the San Antonio Game Over store. Let's see. Chris also said nice surprise with the early episode. So yeah, you're welcome. Sorry about the rage encounter, especially with the family there. Yeah, that's the worst. I mean, it's one thing to get yelled at in a store, but you kind of like occasionally you just have a customer like that, and anybody who's worked in retail or service, you know what I'm talking about. You just can't avoid it. You just have to kind of let them say their thing and let them be mad, and just you help them all you can, calm them down all you can, but then once they leave, you gotta shake that off and just go on with your life, and not let it get you down.
Yeah.
But when your family's there, when people are like watching, it's extra embarrassing and extra, scary in that case, because it's like, what are you gonna like ram my car? Are you gonna like, I mean, drag me out and beat me up in front of my kids? I mean, is that really going to replace your game or solve your grievance? If I cut you off or something in the road, I don't know. But yeah, there's some crazies out there for sure. So glad we're safe. So thank you, Chris. He says there's no explaining or trying to figure out why people do what they do.
Yeah. And
that's so true. Like there's just some people that they do or say things that just don't make any sense. It might not even make any sense to them. Like they don't even know why they're doing it or how to stop it. But the other people around them that have to deal with it, we certainly don't know why people are like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, some people. So also an update on our YouTube count. So we're up to 937 subscribers.
Let's go.
So that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I am still shooting for 1,000 this year. So I have very low expectations for the YouTube channel, especially knowing that I'm the main driving force and I'm not like, that great at this. But like at least we're putting out content now, right? So try and tell your friends about the show. If you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, do that. So you get the little bell, the little ding, the little email, whatever the hell it does when we have a new show. We'll let you know. And so we're trying to hit 1,000 this year, so it's a 937. So we need 63 poor bastards to sign up, and we'll hit our 1,000. So please, if you know anybody, let them know. And hit subscribe if you watch on YouTube. Otherwise, if you just listen to the audio portion, that's great too. And you can subscribe those ways too, depending on what your service is. Just subscribe to the show, get alerts when it comes up and gets posted, and watch and share and tell people about the show. So anyway, however you watch or listen to the show, we appreciate you. I appreciate you personally. So thanks for your support. Thanks for your business. Thanks for checking in with us every week. And I hope that we do, just like Nathaniel, that we make your week a little bit better. A little ray of sunshine into what's often kind of, depressing as we go about our normal lives in this world and wonder, like, why do I work here and why do people do the things they do and why are people so mean? Why can't we all just live and let live and everybody just do their own thing and be happy? So anyway, that's it for this show. We will have another show next week on Friday. I'll try and actually get this show posted a little early too, because I am leaving tomorrow, so I might try and post this one like later today or tonight, which is Thursday.
We'll get it done.
But if it's not posted early, it'll be Friday morning for sure, and then next week should be Friday.
You're telling them about the future from the past.
I know. So right now you're watching the show. It's Friday. So if you're watching it on Thursday, it's not me. It's somehow you have time traveled. So you have time traveled back to somebody saying something about Thursday, but it's really Friday right now for sure. Like look at the date on my phone. Yeah, it says right here, Friday.
Oh my god.
Okay. I can do voices. I'm not a good actor though.
Good cover up.
Not a good actor. Okay. But that's it. So I hope everybody has a great week. We'll see you next time. If it's Friday, it's Game Overcast time. So have a great week, everyone. Game over. This show, long after I'm dead and gone and Game Over's dead and gone, someone's going to find this on the internet and be like, oh, that's funny. What a window into like early 21st century small business video game retail life.
We're only doing this for the next.
This is for our kids.
Look at as in posterity.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Anyway, let's do a show. Hi, future civilizations.
Hi.
This is what it's like.
Greetings and salutations from the 21st century.